The day is over now. Nothing is asking anything of you. Nothing needs to be fixed or figured out. For these next moments, you are free to arrive, just as you are. Nothing more is required. Notice how your body knows you are here. The simple weight of you, the way something steady holds you up from beneath, safe, supported. Let your awareness settle on that feeling of being held. No effort, no trying, just resting into what is already carrying you. Now bring your attention to your breathing, not changing it, not controlling it, just quietly noticing. Air moving in, air moving out. A soft tide, flowing and returning, in its own time, in its own rhythm. As you notice this gentle rhythm, imagine that the noise of the day is already far behind you. All the sounds, the conversations, the lists and plans and half-finished thoughts, they can stay back there, like a town at the edge of the horizon, its lights fading into the distance. As you slowly turn toward somewhere quieter, in this new direction, feel the space around you grow wider, quieter, more peaceful. With each breath out, you step a little farther away from the rush of the day. With each breath in, you step a little closer to a calm inner shoreline. You do not have to see it clearly, just sense it, a feeling of nearing something soft and safe. The air grows cooler, gentle and still. Above you, a night sky stretches open, calm and deep and kind. There is no hurry here. Night moves slowly, and you are invited to move slowly with it. Notice how your breathing meets this quiet. A slow inhale, a slow, easy exhale. If the mind wants to wander back to the day, that is all right. Thoughts may drift in like small waves, touch the shore, and slip away again. Each time you notice, you can simply return to the soft rhythm of your breath, in and out. Here, at the edge of this inner shoreline, nothing is expected of you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly on time for this moment. Feel how comforting that can be, to arrive with nothing to prove, nothing to manage. The ground beneath you is steady. It supports all of your weight without complaint. You can trust it completely. Let your shoulders soften even just a little. Let your jaw loosen. Let your forehead smooth. If there is any tightness, it does not have to disappear. It is enough to notice it and to offer it a bit more space. Breathing in, you feel the body quietly expand. Breathing out, you feel it soften and settle. Each out-breath can be a small release, a gentle setting down of whatever you have been carrying. Imagine laying these things right here on the shore behind you. They will be there if you ever need them again. For now, they can rest too. As the weight of the day sets down, you may sense more room inside, more quiet, more ease. Ahead, the shoreline of your inner night sea waits with a calm invitation. The sand beneath your feet is soft and cool. The air smells faintly of salt and still water. Waves roll in with an easy, unbroken rhythm. They whisper toward the shore, pause, and slip back into the dark, gentle sea. You stand at the edge of this water, held by the steady earth, roofed by the soft night sky. Notice how safe this place feels. Nothing here rushes you. Nothing here pulls at you. The sounds are muted, slow, like the world is speaking in a quiet voice, just above a whisper. This shoreline belongs only to this moment, a space inside you that opens whenever you give it your attention. You may feel a calm curiosity rising, not a sharp, restless interest, but a soft wondering, a sense that something gentle is waiting to accompany you into rest. You do not need to search for it. Just stay with the breath. Stay with the feeling of being held. Inhale slowly, as if drawing in the peaceful air of this night. Exhale slowly, as if sharing any leftover tension with the sea, letting it be washed away. The more you breathe here, the more the day loosens its hold. Edges blur. Thoughts grow quieter, like voices moving farther down the beach, away into the dark. Above, the sky deepens a soft canopy of quiet. Far away, a few gentle stars seem to stir, calm and unhurried. You may sense the first delicate glow of distant lantern light somewhere along the water's surface. But for now, it is enough just to feel that it is coming. A promise of companionship for the journey into sleep. Here, at the beginning, all you need to do is arrive, to feel your body resting, to feel the breath flowing. Notice any small places of comfort, maybe the way the back of your body meets what you are resting on, maybe the warmth along your chest as you breathe, maybe the quiet weight of your hands. Let those small comforts grow a little larger, spreading gently through you like warmth slowly diffusing through water. Each breath out, your body seems a bit heavier, a bit more willing to sink into support. Each breath in, you draw in a soft, cool calm. From this night sea within you, thoughts may still come and go. That is completely all right. They can pass through like clouds, drifting across the face of the night. The sky does not chase them. It simply remains wide and steady underneath. You too can remain, wide enough for thoughts and feelings to appear and fade without pulling you away from this shore. Breath by breath, you are arriving more fully, not arriving at a task or a duty or a demand, but arriving at rest. Feel how precious that is, to step into a place where resting is not only allowed, but gently encouraged. Nothing here needs to be improved. Nothing here needs to be perfect. Everything is already exactly as it needs to be. For you to soften, let your attention drift once more to the slow rise and fall of your breathing. Notice how constant it is, how it has carried you through the entire day and now carries you to this quiet edge of night. A soft inner shoreline, a calm sea ahead, a night sky above deep and protective. As you rest here, held and supported, you are already beginning the journey inward toward deeper calm, toward sleep. No need to reach for it, no need to rush. Just stay with the rhythm of the breath, the weight of the body, and the gentle feeling of having finally arrived here at the edge of your own quiet night sea, where everything in you can begin to slow and settle into silence. The night is quiet here at the edge of the sea. Cool air brushes softly across your skin, carrying a faint salt sweetness, gentle and clean. Ahead, the water is dark and calm. Small waves slide in and fold themselves over the sand, then slip away again with a soft, steady hush. That sound is constant and kind, like an endless, peaceful breath. Notice how your body responds to that rhythm. The waves arrive, and they leave. A simple, soothing pattern that asks nothing of you. Let your own breathing begin to follow that slow tide. A smooth, easy in-breath, a soft, unhurried out-breath. No need to force anything, just letting the breath find its own calm pace. You stand at the shoreline, safely on solid ground. The sand beneath your feet is cool and firm, supporting you without effort. Each small shift of your weight presses you just a little deeper into that steady earth, held, grounded. Far above, the sky stretches wide and dark. The sounds of the day feel very far away now. Nothing to finish, nothing to remember. Only this soft night, the sea, and the quiet space around you. If any leftover thoughts from the day drift through, you can imagine them as shapes out beyond the waves. Distant boats with their lights turned low. They glide across the horizon and keep going without needing your attention. You notice and let them pass. Bring your awareness back to the shoreline, to the gentle kiss of each wave along the sand. The water rolls in with a soft hush and slides back with a quiet sigh. Over and over, slow and sure. As you listen, notice if your shoulders can lower just a little. The muscles at the back of your neck softening, the line of your jaw loosening, even the small muscles around your eyes beginning to rest. Somewhere close by, a warm glow begins to bloom. At first, it is faint, just a hint of light at the edge of your awareness. Then it grows a little stronger, soft and steady, like the color of a small flame behind cupped hands. A single paper lantern has been lit. Its light is warm, gentle, and calm. The lantern is brought to the water's edge, held carefully, cradled in quiet hands. The flame inside is shielded from the breeze, flickering once, then settling into a peaceful, unwavering glow. Watch as the lantern is lowered toward the surface of the sea. The water is so still here, as if it has been waiting. The base of the lantern meets that surface, and for a brief, delicate moment, it almost seems to hover. Then it settles, floating easily, supported by the dark, glassy water. The first ring of reflection spreads out from it, gentle and slow. Warm light ripples across the surface, stretching and fading as the small waves move. The lantern glows, and its reflection glows beneath it, as if there were two small suns resting on the sea. Let your gaze rest on that warm point of light. Notice how simple it is. A quiet flame, a small shelter of paper, a soft halo on the water. While you look, feel how the rest of the night grows softer around it. The darkness is no longer empty. It is a soft backdrop for this one calm glow. The mind, too, can dim its lights, letting only this easy, gentle image stay bright. Each inhale, imagine you are breathing in that warm light. Not with effort, just with curiosity. Warmth travels in with the breath, spreading quietly through your chest, your ribs, your back. Each exhale, any tightness or strain slips out and rolls away with the retreating waves. The lantern rocks ever so slightly as the water moves. It drifts an inch forward, an inch back. The motion is so small, so smooth, it feels like a lullaby written just for this moment. You might feel your own body echo that faint rhythmic sway deep inside, where calm is beginning to grow. Around you, the shoreline is silent and safe. You are not expected anywhere else. No one needs anything from you here. The sea keeps breathing. The lantern keeps glowing. You are simply here, allowed to rest. If new thoughts arise, let them float at the edge of your awareness like distant clouds in a night sky. They can drift in, change shape, and drift away again, while your attention remains gently on this single, steady light. Notice how the muscles in your arms feel now, the weight of your hands, the soft heaviness in your legs and feet, as if the sand is holding you a little more firmly. The body knows how to relax when it is safe, and here it is safe. The lantern's reflection trembles and shimmers with each small wave. Shifts of gold and amber slide across the water, then smooth out again. It is never exactly the same, and yet it is always calm, always soothing, always slow. Perhaps a cool breeze moves past, brushing along your face, your hair, the back of your neck. The flame within the lantern wavers a little and then steadies, resilient and composed. In the same way, your thoughts can wobble for a moment and then find their balance again, returning to that gentle center point. As you follow the quiet play of light on water, deeper parts of you begin to loosen. Muscles in your back, between the shoulder blades, soften as though they are melting into the night air. The belly grows quiet and easy. The breath moves in and out without needing to be managed. You are simply watching, listening, feeling the presence of the sea and this one kind lantern floating close to shore. Nothing complicated, nothing demanding. If your eyes grow heavier in your imagination, that is welcome. The glow of the lantern can stay behind your closed lids, resting there as a small, steady warmth. Even without looking directly, you know it is on the water, swaying gently, always within reach. The sound of the waves remains soft and constant. Hush and return. Hush and return. Each cycle washes a little more of the day away, carrying it back into the deep, dark expanse where it can dissolve and be gone. In this moment, it is enough to stand here and breathe with the sea. To feel how your body grows heavier and more grounded, as if the shoreline itself is welcoming you home. The lantern's glow becomes a quiet companion, a tender reminder that something warm and gentle is watching over this night. As you rest with that thought, awareness draws inward like a tide slipping back from the sand. The outside world fades softly to the edges. Inside, calm spreads like warm light under still water. The first lantern rocks silently on the sea, its small flame unwavering. The shore is quiet, the air cool, the night kind. Breath by breath, you settle a little deeper into this peaceful darkness, with that single, glowing point of light guiding you gently into rest and into a softer, quieter silence. The night sea is quiet around you now, wide and calm and breathing slowly. The first lantern still drifts nearby, its soft glow folding gently over the water, a small, steady warmth in the open dark. Waves move under it in an easy rhythm. They lift and lower the little light, as if the ocean itself is rocking it to sleep. Each time it rises, its glow seems to spread just a little farther, a faint shimmer across the surface. Each time it settles, the light gathers closer, cozy and sure. Somewhere close, another lantern is being prepared. You can almost hear the faint rustle of paper as gentle hands unfold it, smooth it, shape it. The quiet sound is like someone turning the softest pages of a book at bedtime, unhurried and calm. Everything around you feels slow and safe and kind. Another flame is touched to the waiting wick. The new lantern brightens with a delicate golden glow, as if waking from a peaceful dream. The paper around it holds the light, softening it, turning it warm and friendly. Nothing is sharp or bright here. Everything is muted, gentle, and easy on the eyes of your mind. Careful hands lower this lantern toward the water. You might imagine the coolness of the sea so close beneath it, the steady hush of foam and tiny waves. For a moment, the lantern hovers above the surface, trembling with possibility. Then it meets the water, and the little shell of light gives a slow, grateful sway. Now 2 lanterns float together on the dark sea. They are like quiet companions, close but not touching, drifting in the same soft current. Their reflections reach down into the water, long and wavering, like streaks of melted gold. Each ripple in the sea turns those reflections into gentle, flowing threads. Another rustle of paper, soft and comforting. Another lantern being opened, shaped, and made ready. You might imagine your own hands in that motion, smoothing the folds, feeling how delicate and light the paper is. Each small movement is calm, deliberate, without any need to hurry. Again, a flame leans in and catches. The new lantern blushes into life, a small, steady fire breathing inside its thin walls. It starts a little dim, then slowly grows more certain, more sure of its own glow. It does not need to be bright, it only needs to be present. Lowered to the water with care, it joins the others. Now 3 small suns float in the darkness, each one wrapped in its own cocoon of warmth. They bob and turn, turning their faces this way and that, as if looking around the night. Their reflections weave together in the slow movement of the sea, crossing, uncrossing, joining again. With each new lantern, the dark around you seems to soften. It is still night, still wide and deep, but it feels kinder now, less empty. The soft lights begin to sketch the outline of a path, a luminous thread gently stretching away. Not a straight line, but a wandering, living ribbon of gold across the water. More paper stirs in quiet hands. Each lantern feels a little like a breath being released, a soft exhale that carries something away. Perhaps each one holds a tiny piece of worry, a small tightness, a thought that has been clinging. As the lanterns are set free, that tightness loosens, and the breath returns as ease. Another is lit, then another. They are set down one by one, like kind thoughts placed gently on the sea. Each one finds its own place in the slow-moving current. They do not rush. They simply drift, trusting the water to guide them. Watch how they bob and sway. Sometimes 2 come close, almost touching, before the water nudges them apart again with a soft, playful push. Sometimes one lags behind, then a small wave carries it forward to rejoin the rest. All of them are moving in the same quiet direction without effort. The path of light grows longer now. It stretches outward from where you rest, reaching into the tender darkness. What was once a single circle of glow has become a stream of guiding warmth. The sea is no longer a wide unknown. It is a gentle road of golden flickers. Their reflections shimmer and braid together like a loose ribbon spread across the waves. When the water rises, the lines of light rise with it, glowing and bending. When the water falls back, the reflections lengthen and soften, fading only to bloom again with the next swell. It is as if the ocean itself is breathing in light and breathing it out again. As more lanterns are released, the air feels more spacious. There is room here for every feeling to slowly unwind. Tension that once clung to the edges of your awareness begins to unhook, sliding quietly into the water, carried away beneath the gentle lights. The night accepts it all, holding everything with calm, open arms. You might notice that even the silence seems warmer now. The hush around you is not empty. It is filled with the quiet presence of these small flames. They stand watch, easy and unafraid, over the slow turning of the sea. You are in the circle of their glow, wrapped in their soft, steady company. Imagine another lantern in your hands for a moment. Feel its slight weight, its fragile walls, its hidden strength? Inside it is a space, open and ready, waiting for whatever you place there. A thought, a feeling, a knot you are ready to release. As it is lit, the small flame receives all of that without judgment. The lantern brightens, holding what you have given it with quiet acceptance. Lowered to the water, it joins the others, carrying your offering gently away. As it drifts, the weight of that knot seems to drift too, slowly dissolving into the rhythm of the sea. With each lantern that moves farther along the glowing path, the space around you grows softer. Breath finds an easier pace, matching the rise and fall of the waves. Muscles that once held on begin to let go, like fingers unfurling from a long-held grip. You are being surrounded, little by little, by a field of ease. More lights appear across the water, spreading outward in a tranquil scatter. Some are close, bright and reassuring. Others are distant now, tiny sparks on the far curve of the sea, like quiet promises glowing at the edge of sight. Together, they turn the dark surface into a gentle sky turned upside down. The path is no longer just in front of you. It seems to widen and open, a soft fan of golden points stretching across the night. Wherever you turn your inner gaze, a lantern is there, shining with quiet calm. The sea, once shadowy and deep, is dotted with little islands of warmth. All of this light does not chase the darkness away. Instead, it rests within the night, sharing the space, softening the edges. Darkness becomes a velvet backdrop that holds every small flame, making each one more tender, more precious. The world feels balanced here, gentle and whole. You are not separate from this scene. You are resting within it, like a shell cradled in a soft tide. The same current that carries the lanterns also carries you, slowly, peacefully, without need for effort. You are held by the water and by the quiet chain of lights that float nearby. Notice how the path seems to breathe with you. As you inhale, the lanterns feel a little closer, their glow a bit fuller. As you exhale, they seem to drift outward, giving you space, letting everything in you spread out and rest. Inhale, and you are gathered in light. Exhale, and you are floating in calm. The worries the lanterns carried have grown faint, washed thin by distance and time. All that remains nearby is the warmth they left behind, a soft tenderness in the air and on the water. Around you, the night sea has become a gentle garden of floating stars. Each one a quiet reminder that you are safe and that it is all right to let go. Far ahead, the path of lanterns melts into the horizon, where water and sky become one soft shadow. Closer by, their reflections still weave and shimmer, an ever-changing ribbon of gold. You are wrapped within this widening field of light, calm, and wide-open possibility. Nothing is asked of you here, only to rest, to float, and to drift quietly within this tender glow. As the night grows deeper and softer, all around. The boat has grown very quiet now. The air is soft and mild around you. Night leans close, gentle and calm, and the world feels slower, almost suspended. Ahead, the first lanterns drift in an easy line over the water. They glow with a tender golden light, not bright, not sharp, just a warm hush of colour hovering over the dark surface. Each one seems to breathe with the sea, rising and falling in a slow, steady rhythm. The boat glides forward as if it has found its own breath. No effort, no hurry, just a smooth, quiet slide along the water. The lanterns keep their distance just ahead, like patient guides. Far enough to feel like a path, close enough to feel safe. Notice how the boat moves without you doing anything at all. No oars in your hands, no need to steer. A soft, steady current has taken hold, gentle and sure. It carries the boat along the line of light, as though it knew the way long before you arrived. On either side, more lanterns drift, scattered like slow-moving stars on the surface of the sea. They keep pace with you, never rushing, never falling back. Each one draws a thin, shimmering trail on the water, golden threads that stretch and bend with every small wave. Look at the way the light trembles in the ripples. The lanterns above are clear and still, but their reflections below move and sway, long shapes gently folding and unfolding. As the boat passes, the dark water opens to receive these thin rivers of light, then lets them go again. The boat rocks only a little, just enough to let the body sway. A slow, easy rocking, forward and back, side to side. The movement is so soft that the muscles begin to let go, one by one, without even trying. Each time the boat lifts, the chest seems to rise with it. Each time the boat settles, the breath flows out with a quiet sigh. In this smooth, repeating motion, the edges of the day blur. Thoughts grow slower, looser, like pieces of driftwood turning on the tide. The sea around you is calm, almost hushed. Only the smallest sounds reach your ears. A faint whisper of water sliding along the hull. The soft brush of tiny waves meeting and parting. Everything else is still. Above, the sky feels wide and deep, yet somehow close. Dark, gentle, and full of a quiet presence. You do not have to look up to feel it. The sky rests over you like a soft blanket, and the sea holds you from below. You are right in the middle, cradled between both. Notice how the current moves the boat, and how the boat moves you. There is nothing sharp, nothing sudden, only this long, smooth glide through the lantern light, as if time itself has stretched out, slow and peaceful, just for this passage. The lanterns ahead lead you on, one after another. You pass beneath a small cluster of them, close enough to feel their quiet warmth on your skin. Their reflections lengthen under the boat, sliding along the dark surface, then drifting away behind you. They do not cling. They simply appear, glow softly for a moment, and then slip back into the night. As the boat continues, the line of lights curves gently. The path is not straight, but easy and natural, like the way a river bends around soft sand. You feel the boat turn without effort. The current makes the choice, and the boat just follows. You do the same. In this slow turning, the body loosens even more. Shoulders soften. The weight of the arms grows heavy and comfortable. The muscles of the face let go, little by little, as if the night is smoothing them with a quiet hand. You are being carried, and it feels safe to rest. Every lantern you pass adds to a feeling of being watched over. Not watched in a sharp way, but surrounded by a quiet, caring presence. The little lights float patiently on the water, holding their place, marking a tender border around your journey. Inside this border, nothing is asked of you. You are free to just float, just breathe, just be moved. The sea seems to breathe with you. When your breath flows in, the boat lifts gently. When your breath flows out, the hull settles a little deeper into the water. In, the soft rise. Out, the slow release. Rise and fall. Held and supported. Under the surface, the reflections keep changing in slow, fluid shapes. Golden lines stretch, bend, then come back together. They never resist the water. They simply move with it, letting each wave shape them for a moment before they slip into the next. The body can feel like that too now, easy and flexible, letting each breath shape it and then pass on. The further you drift along this lantern path, the quieter the inside of the mind becomes. Thoughts may still appear, but they arrive more softly now. They float in like small leaves on the water, then drift away along the current without needing any attention. You remain in the boat, watching them pass, never needing to reach out. Around you, the night sea holds its steady hush, a soft, deep silence that is not empty, but full of calm. The lanterns seem brighter against this darkness, but still gentle, never harsh. They glow like small promises that everything is all right in this moment. The boat keeps gliding, and the current keeps guiding. You do nothing to help and nothing to stop it. It is all taken care of. You are simply along for the ride, resting in the slow rhythm of water and light. Now the feeling of being cradled grows stronger. The sea has become like a vast, steady hand beneath the boat, beneath you. The sky above is like another hand, soft and spacious, cupped gently over you. Between them, you float as if in a quiet, endless rocking chair, moving just enough to soothe every last trace of tension. Ahead, the lanterns thin out a little, more space between each glow. The darkness deepens, but it is a kind, peaceful dark. Each new lantern that appears feels like a distant friend, rising up out of the night, just when it is needed, then fading back as you drift past. You are suspended now in a wide, open calm. Sea below, sky above, and a river of warm light stretching out on either side of the boat. The current continues its sure, unhurried pull, guiding you along an invisible path that needs no map. Nothing presses in from the outside here. Nothing demands your attention. The only things that matter are this soft motion, this slow breath, this gentle glow of lanterns around you. Let the body feel as weightless as the boat. Let the mind feel as open as the sky. Let the heart rest deeply and quietly in the cradle of this effortless current. The boat glides on. The sea holds steady. The lanterns shimmer and drift, their reflections folding into the dark water. Everything moves together in one smooth, unbroken flow. And you float within it, calm and safe, carried in silence along this soft, lantern-lit night. The night has grown deeper and softer now. The waves have settled into a slow, steady breath beneath the boat. Lantern light rocks gently on the water, warm and golden, like little floating hearts of fire resting on the sea. The air around you is cooler now. It brushes over your skin in an easy, quiet way. A gentle night breeze that carries the faint scent of salt and faraway shores, smoothing the last traces of the day from your body and mind. As the boat drifts, the lanterns spread out around you, each one a small, steady glow. They move with the water, rising and falling in a slow rhythm, as if they are breathing along with the ocean. Each light feels calm, certain, unhurried. Now the gaze can soften and lift, moving from the lanterns on the water to the sky above. Up there, the night opens into a wide, endless canopy. Countless stars rest in the darkness, patient and still, as if they have been waiting for this quiet moment. The sky feels huge and gentle at the same time. Black velvet scattered with soft points of silver and faint gold. Some stars burn more brightly. Others are dim, like whispers of light, barely there, yet somehow very present. Notice how the stars above echo the lanterns below. The same soft reflections of light float on the surface of the sea, while the real stars shimmer far overhead. For a moment, it is hard to tell where the lanterns end and the stars begin. The ocean becomes a second sky, and the boat drifts in a narrow path of light between them. It is as if the stars and the lanterns are speaking to each other. The lanterns send up their gentle glow from the surface of the water. The stars answer with a faint, patient sparkling from the depths of the sky. A quiet conversation in light, stretching from the sea all the way into the heavens. The boat rests in the middle of this shining path. Above, a river of stars. Below, a river of lanterns. The night folds softly around everything, holding sky and sea and light in a single, peaceful embrace. Feel how the cool night air wraps around the body, soft against the face, the neck, the hands. Each breath is smooth and easy, flowing in and out without effort. As you inhale, the air feels fresh and clean, as if it has passed over miles and miles of calm water. As you exhale, the body loosens and grows heavier, sinking a little more deeply into comfort. The boat rocks slowly, almost imperceptibly, a quiet cradle on the gentle waves. Every slight movement of the water carries a subtle reassurance. You are being carried. You are being supported. High above, a shooting star slips silently across the sky and disappears. Its brief streak of light fades into the dark, like a thought that appears and then drifts away. The mind can do the same. Thoughts rise, pass through, and then melt back into the stillness, leaving only calm behind. Here, between the lanterns and the stars, time seems to stretch and soften. There is no need to keep track of anything. No need to do or decide or plan. Just floating. Just breathing. Just being here. Some lanterns pass very close to the side of the boat. You might notice the delicate glow on the edge of the wood, the pale gold reflection on the water's surface, the way the flame inside each lantern flickers but never quite goes out. Even when the wave lifts and lowers them, the light stays warm and steady. Farther out, other lanterns drift away into the darkness. Their light becomes smaller, dimmer, softer as they move out across the vast sea. They become tiny points of gold, scattered across the black water like new constellations being born. Lantern stars on the sea, star lanterns in the sky. The space all around feels wide and open, yet strangely comforting. A gentle, endless universe that holds every flicker, every breath, every wave. You are floating at the quiet center of it, safe and unhurried. The night supports you above and below like a soft, dark hammock of sky and water. As the awareness settles into this space, the body can grow even heavier, even more relaxed. The muscles soften, unwinding one by one, like lanterns gently setting down their worries onto the surface of the sea. Shoulders ease, the jaw relaxes, the hands rest loosely without effort. Up above, the stars blur slightly as the eyes grow more relaxed, more drowsy. They seem to drift behind a light veil, as if sleep itself is rising like a gentle mist between you and the night. Nothing sharp, nothing urgent, just a slow softening of edges, of light, of thought. The mind might try to return to small things now and then, a memory, a sound, a piece of the day. That is all right. Each one can be treated like a lantern set upon the water, seen, appreciated, and then allowed to float away into the darkness, growing smaller and smaller until it disappears. The stars above continue their quiet shining. They do not hurry. They do not demand anything. They simply exist, calm and steady, like a promise that the night is vast and kind and patient. The lanterns below drift in slow patterns, crossing and uncrossing, sometimes drawing near, sometimes moving apart, They make a gentle path across the water, inviting you deeper into calm, deeper into rest. It feels as though the entire sea is lit only for this peaceful journey. Every light, a soft reassurance that you are exactly where you need to be. The cool air brushes once more across your face, smooth and quiet. Each breath deepens the feeling of belonging. Belonging to this night, to this water, to this easy floating moment between worlds. Here, in the heart of this lantern-lit sea, beneath this starlit sky, it is all right to be small. To be one tiny, peaceful part of something vast and beautiful and harmonious. The universe seems to lean in gently around you, not heavy, not overwhelming, just present, like a warm blanket of space and silence. Thoughts grow softer now, like distant stars, fading just a little behind a soft curtain of cloud. They are still there, but less sharp, less bright, less demanding. What remains most clearly is the feeling of being held. Held by the rocking of the boat, held by the light on the water, held by the calm of the sky. Lanterns shimmer, stars twinkle, the sea breathes in slow, quiet waves. And you rest in the center of it all, cradled gently between the shining sky above and the lantern-lit sea below. Breath by breath, the night wraps itself around you more closely. Every exhale carries you a little deeper into stillness, a little farther into peace. The stars keep watch, the lanterns keep watch, and you drift, easy and weightless, in an endless, quiet calm, softly, quietly, into the tender silence of the night. The boat moves on, slow and easy, along the shining trail of lantern light. Water rocks gently beneath you, a steady cradle, as night leans in close and soft around the small boat. The air is cooler now, calm against your skin, holding the quiet scent of salt and distant shores. Somewhere above, the sky is wide and deep, but here, in this small circle of glow and shadow, everything feels close, safe, and very still. Listen to the way the sea speaks against the hull, soft, slow, almost like a careful whisper. Each small wave comes forward, touches the wood, and then slides away again. A tender rhythm, arriving and retreating, arriving and retreating, steady and unhurried. It is a sound you could rest inside for a very long time. The lantern light brushes the water near the boat. It draws a glowing path that stretches out ahead and slowly unwinds behind. Where the light fades, the sea turns to a deep, velvety dark, so gentle and quiet it feels almost like a soft blanket spread all around. Far away, beyond the reach of the lantern, a faint outline of land lies in the distance. Just a shadow at the edge of night, almost a dream of shoreline resting under the sky. The boat glides along, barely disturbing the water. Just the hush of the wake and the gentle tap, tap of small ripples touching the sides. Every movement is slow and easy. Every sound is softened by the open night. Even the tiny creaks of the wooden boards feel kind and familiar, like an old lullaby hummed low and slow. Notice the quiet spaces between the waves, moments where everything feels still, like the whole sea is pausing with you. Those little pockets of silence invite your body to loosen, your thoughts to grow softer, wider, less separate. In those quiet gaps, the mind can rest, as if it is also floating, held up by the same water that carries the boat. Far off, a single night bird calls across the dark. The sound is small and light, drifting over the water, then fading back into the distance. It does not disturb the stillness. It belongs to it. The bird's call comes and goes like a tiny echo of your own breath, rising and falling, then melting into the hush. You may notice how the boat feels underneath you now. Steady, gently rocking, never rushed. It tilts the smallest bit to one side, then back. A slow, soothing sway, like being held. Each soft movement invites your muscles to release, down through your shoulders, your back, the weight of your body settling even deeper into where you rest. The lanterns ahead float in a patient line, guiding the boat along the dark water. Each one glows with a warm, calm light, and the reflections ripple and stretch across the surface. Sometimes the water is so smooth that the reflections look almost still. Then a small wave passes, and the light shivers and softens, then settles again. Beyond the nearest circle of light, the distant shores are only shapes now. Gentle curves, low and quiet, drawn in the faintest shadow against the sky. You do not need to know what lies there. They are simply there, far away and peaceful, keeping their own silent watch. Just knowing they exist brings a quiet comfort, like seeing a soft outline of safety on the horizon. With each slow breath, the edges of everything seem to blur just a little more. The line between air and water, between light and dark, between the boat and the vast, silent sea. It all seems to blend into one simple feeling of floating, held by night, held by water, held by sound. The lapping of the waves against the hull becomes a gentle song. Each soft touch is a note. Each fading echo is a pause, a tiny space for rest. You do not have to follow the song with your mind. You only need to let it wash around you, like a warm, soothing tide of sound that carries everything unnecessary away. Every now and then, the night bird calls again, very distant now. Its voice is softer, quieter, as though it too is growing sleepy. The call drifts over the water, then dissolves into the stillness, leaving the sea even more hushed than before. The world beyond the lantern path feels far, far away, like a story you once heard and have almost forgotten. In this small, glowing circle, time slows down. Nothing is urgent. There is nowhere to go, nothing to hold on to, nothing to keep track of. Only this gentle motion, only this quiet water, only this easy breathing, moving in and out, like the tide that rocks the boat. The longer you rest here, the softer the details become. The edges of the lanterns blur. The line of the distant shore is only a suggestion, a faint, sleepy mark at the edge of your awareness. Even the stars above feel a little hazy, like tiny lights seen through half-closed eyes. Inside, thoughts move more slowly. They come like small waves, then slide away again. You do not need to follow them. The boat continues on its own, the sea carrying it gently forward. You are simply along for the ride, safe in this little cradle of wood and light and night air. The sound of the hull meeting the water keeps going, soft and repeating, soothing in its sameness. Wave against wood, whisper against silence, over and over like a calm, steady breath. This simple rhythm can wrap around you like a cocoon, comforting and familiar, holding you as everything else grows dim. Every part of this night seems to lean in to support your rest. The water, slow and patient. The air, cool and kind. The faraway land, quiet and undemanding. The lanterns, guardians of the path, shining just enough to keep you wrapped in warmth, never harsh, never bright. Here you are surrounded by softness, soft light, soft sounds, soft movement. Even your own thoughts can soften, losing their sharp edges, becoming gentle shapes that drift through your mind like clouds across a night sky, leaving no trace as they pass. The boat keeps gliding, further along the shimmering path. Behind you, the world you left feels smaller now, like a shore fading into memory. Ahead of you, there is only more quiet water, more tender darkness, more lanterns floating like sleepy stars on the sea. You are carried without effort deeper into stillness. Notice how safe it feels to be held like this. Nothing asked of you, nothing needed, just the slow care of the sea, the hush of the night, the kind, steady glow of the lanterns. Each breath you take seems to sink a little deeper, like a stone dropped gently into calm water, settling on a soft, quiet floor. In this cocoon of sound and light and darkness, the outside world is very far away. Its noises are gone, its shapes are gone. Only this remains, the gentle rocking, the soft lapping of waves, the distant, fading memory of shores far off in the night. Everything narrows down to this tender, peaceful moment. The feel of your body resting, the slow rise and fall of your breath, the gentle movement of the boat cradling you in an easy rhythm. The world grows softer, darker, calmer, until all that is left is a sense of floating, quiet and weightless, held in the arms of the night sea. The little boat glides on, calm and unhurried, following the soft line of lanterns across the open water. Night has settled deep around everything, gentle and quiet, like a warm blanket laid over the sea. The air is cooler here, soothing against your skin, and each breath moves in and out with easy rhythm. Far behind, the idea of any shore feels distant now, as if it belongs to another time, another place. Here, there is only the night, the lantern light, and the steady cradle of the waves beneath you. Ahead, the lantern path stretches farther and farther, a slow curve of warm golden dots resting on the dark surface. Each lantern glows with its own quiet softness, and together they form a peaceful trail that seems to go on without end. The way they shimmer on the water has grown calmer now, the reflections longer, smoother, more still. The sea itself has changed as you have drifted farther out. Closer to shore, it had small ripples and tiny playful waves. Now the surface has become smoother, darker, like a deep, silky cloth spread wide beneath the sky. The boat moves almost without sound, as if it is gliding on soft, invisible tracks. Listen to the sounds around you. The distant wash of the ocean has grown softer, more hushed. No busy shore, no voices, no motion but this gentle, steady drift. What remains is a quiet so deep that even the faint lap of water against the boat feels slow and tender. Notice how your breath seems to match the movement of the sea. In, a soft rise. Out, a gentle fall. The body understands this rhythm, and it answers by relaxing a little more with each slow breath. Shoulders slacken, the jaw softens, the muscles of the face let go. The night sky above feels wide and endless, yet comforting, like a vast roof of calm. You do not have to look up to feel it. You can sense that wide open space around you. It makes everything inside seem more spacious too, like there is room for your thoughts to spread out and grow quiet. The lanterns continue to lead the way. They do not rush. They do not ask anything of you. They simply glow one after another, each one a small resting place for the eyes, for the mind, for the breath. As the boat moves forward, it is as though the world has agreed to soften with you. Edges blur. Shapes grow more indistinct. Sounds blend into one gentle hush. Any thoughts that appear in the mind arrive more slowly now, and they also drift away more easily, like tiny leaves on the water, floating past in the lantern light. Notice how safe it feels to be here, in the middle of this quiet, lantern-lit sea. There is nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to go. The path carries you, and the water holds you, and the night wraps itself around you with steady care. The deeper you move into this night, the darker and more peaceful the water becomes. The color of it in your awareness is rich and soft, almost velvety, a calm darkness that invites you to rest. You might imagine that beneath the surface, everything is still, everything is slow, everything is deeply at ease. With each gentle rise and fall of the boat, the body sinks more fully into its own weight. Muscles loosen, bones feel heavy in a pleasant way, like stones settled on the soft bed of a river. Even the tiny muscles around the eyes, around the lips, release their hold and slide into quiet. If any part of you still feels the pull of the day, You can picture that part floating to the surface of your awareness, resting there for a moment in the golden glow of a lantern, and then softly slipping away into the distance. No effort, no pushing away, just a natural drifting as the boat glides farther into the heart of the night. The silence here is not empty. It has a gentle presence, like a friend sitting quietly nearby. In this silence, the sound of your own breathing becomes the softest, kindest music. In and out, slow and smooth, like the easy sway of the water. Thoughts may still come and go, but they feel lighter now, less solid, less important. They float along the edges of your awareness without needing your full attention. At the center, there is just this calm, this breathing, this warm pool of quiet inside. The lantern path stretches on, but you do not need to see where it ends. It is enough to feel that it continues, guiding you gently, always forward, always deeper into rest. Each new lantern you pass seems to draw another layer of tension out of the body, another layer of noise out of the mind. With every soft glow that passes by your side, you give up one more little weight you no longer need to carry. An old worry loosens and slips away. A lingering thought from earlier fades into the murmur of the sea. You are surrendering to the night in the sweetest, most effortless way. Here, in the center of this wide, dark water, you are perfectly held. The boat is steady. The air is soft. The lanterns keep watch in their quiet line. Nothing disturbs this stillness. Feel how the quiet outside begins to match a deep quiet within. The breath continues, but even that seems to grow softer, more delicate, almost like a whisper. You may feel as if you are slowly drifting downward through layers of calm, carried on gentle, unseen currents of ease. Down through the noise of the day, down through old stories and plans, down through the restless surface of the mind, until you arrive at a place inside that is simply still and open and at peace. In this inner stillness, time loosens its hold. Moments blur together into one smooth flow, like the steady glide of the boat over the dark water. You are not moving quickly or slowly. You are just drifting, perfectly in tune with the quiet sea, perfectly in tune with your own soft breathing. The lanterns keep floating beside you, tiny islands of warm light on the deep, calm water. They ask nothing, they promise nothing. They simply shine, reminding some quiet part of you that it is safe to rest, safe to let go, safe to surrender to the silence that holds you. Here, no effort is needed to stay afloat. The boat supports you. The water supports the boat. The vast, gentle night supports everything. And you are free to sink deeper and deeper into this comfort. The mind can drift now, like a feather carried by a slow current. Body heavy, breath soft, thoughts distant and quiet. The world of the day has drawn far away, and in its place is only this deep, safe stillness. The lantern path continues across the night sea, and you continue to float in its soft, golden company. Cradled by the water, wrapped in the hush of the dark, you rest in the heart of this quiet, lantern-lit world, drifting and drifting into deeper and deeper peace and silence. The night has grown deeper and softer. The air is cool and gentle against your skin. Above, the moon has climbed higher, slow and steady, glowing with a quiet silver light. Out over the water, that light stretches in a long, shimmering path. A silver road laid softly across the dark sea. It mingles with the warm gold of the lanterns drifting nearby, so that silver and gold float together, side by side in the darkness. Each lantern glows like a tiny sun, warm and calm. Their reflections touch the moon's pale stripe on the water, rippling together in a slow, fluid dance. Gold and silver, bright and dim, meeting and parting with each small wave. The boat rocks in time with this gentle play of light. A slow rise, a soft fall. The sea moves beneath you with easy strength, and the wood of the boat carries that motion to your body. With each sway, your muscles soften a little more. The rocking is so even, so patient, that your body begins to trust it, to lean into it. Tension melts down and away, as if the sea is gently drawing it out of you, wave by wave. The air smells faintly of salt and cool night. The world is hushed, wrapped in softness. Far away, the shore is only a shadow, quiet and distant, leaving you alone with the water, the sky, and the lanterns. The moon's reflection shifts with every movement of the sea. Sometimes it stretches into a bright, thin ribbon. Sometimes it breaks into pieces, scattered coins of light, then gathers again into one soft path. Each change happens slowly, without hurry, like a deep, calm breath. The lanterns glide along this path, drifting on the surface. When the boat moves, they move with it, never far, always glowing. Some float closer, their light brushing your face with a faint warmth. Others drift away, becoming tiny sparks against the dark water. As the boat rocks, your breath begins to match its rhythm. A slow rise as you breathe in, a gentle fall as you breathe out, breath and water moving together. Inhale, like the tide coming in. Exhale, like the tide slipping back out to sea. Again and again, in an easy, unbroken pattern. With each breath, your chest lifts softly, then relaxes. Your ribs expand, then settle. Breath moves in like a small, quiet wave. Breath moves out, carrying heaviness away. Thoughts that were once sharp and busy now feel far off, like faint shapes on the horizon. They rise for a moment, then sink back down, like pebbles dropping into deep water. The mind grows quieter, smoother, like the sea when the wind has gone to sleep. The world has become simple. Moon, lanterns, water, breath. The path of light on the sea is like a soft invitation. The silver of the moon, the gold of the lanterns, flowing together as they ripple and blend. They move in slow patterns that repeat and return, comforting in their sameness. The boat sways to one side, then to the other, gently and predictably. You know, without thinking, that another sway will follow, and another, and another. This certainty eases you, loosens what is tight, calms what is restless. With every movement of the boat, your body feels a little heavier in the nicest way. Arms and legs relax. The jaw loosens. The muscles of the face soften, as if the skin itself is exhaling. The sea cradles the boat, and the boat cradles you. Layers of support, holding you safely in the vast, peaceful night. You do not need to do anything. You do not need to go anywhere. You are simply carried. When the boat lifts, your breath lifts with it. When the boat settles, your breath settles too. The pattern repeats, steady and soothing, and your whole being begins to move to this quiet tide. Silver light flickers over the water with each small wave. Lantern light shimmers, gently broken and mended again by the ripples. Every shimmer is soft, every ripple slow. It all blends into one ongoing, gentle motion. In this calm space, time feels stretched and easy. Moments lengthen, like the moon's light across the sea. There is no need to hold on to any particular thought, any particular feeling. Each one can arrive and then drift away, the way the lanterns drift past on the surface. Notice how good it feels when something is allowed to drift. A thought, a worry, a plan. It comes up like a wave, then slowly smooths out again. The mind does not have to chase it. The mind can rest. Each breath deepens this rest without effort. In. The body fills with soft, cool night air. Out. The body empties, tension flowing away like water sliding back down the shore. The longer you float here, the more even everything becomes. The rocking of the boat, the slow tide beneath you, the rise and fall of your breathing, all of it falling into one shared rhythm. That rhythm is kind and unhurried. It asks nothing of you. It simply moves, and you move with it, like a leaf on a stream, like a small shell rocked by the tide. Silver and gold glow across the water, and their colors blend in your awareness. It is hard to tell where moonlight ends and lantern light begins. They seem made to be together, just as your breath and the boat's motion now feel joined. The mind grows quieter still. Maybe small images pass through now and then, like clouds across the face of the moon. They come and go, pale and harmless, and the sky behind them stays open and calm. The sea has become a kind of lullaby, not in words, but in gentle repetition. Rock and settle, lift and fall, in and out, wave and shore, always returning, always the same. Every return is soothing. Every repeat of the pattern reminds the body that it is safe to let go a little more. Heavy where it needs to be heavy. Soft where it can be soft. Some part of you may feel as though you are almost melting into the boat, into the night itself. Edges blur. You are not separate from the quiet around you, but part of it, held inside its slow, rocking rhythm. The lanterns glide on, their golden halos gently shrinking as your eyes grow heavier, more relaxed. The moon keeps its silent watch above, steady and calm, as if it has all the time in the world. Its silver path across the water leads out into the dark, and you drift along that path without needing to move at all. Here, in this soft rhythm, each breath is its own small wave. Each exhale carries you a little deeper into ease. Each inhale brings just enough freshness to keep you floating, balanced and comfortable. Everything is simple now, just this gentle boat, this tender rocking, this quiet play of light on water, this slow, soothing tide inside your body. The night sea holds you in its calm embrace. The moonlit tides move around you and through you, slow and sure. You move with them, rocked, cradled, drifting toward a place where thought fades and only sensation and softness remain. And as the boat continues its quiet rocking and the lanterns continue their easy drifting, you are carried, breath by breath, wave by wave, deeper into the calm, into the hush, into the tender stillness of sleep. The night has grown very still. The sea is an easy, quiet breath beneath the small boat. Lantern light moves softly around like slow fireflies resting on the water. Everything feels hushed and gentle, as if the world is exhaling. The boat rocks in a slow, familiar rhythm. Water slips along the wooden sides with a soft, steady sound. The air is mild against the skin, neither cool nor warm, just right for resting. Above, the sky stretches wide and calm, scattered with patient stars. Lanterns drift all around, each one a tiny sun floating on the dark sea. Their reflections tremble and shimmer in the ripples. Golden pathways stretch out from them, meeting and crossing, weaving gentle lines of light. All of it moves in a slow, relaxed dance with the waves. Now the motion of the lanterns begins to ease. Their wandering paths become smaller, quieter, less restless. They seem to hover near the boat, as though they too are ready to rest. The gentle circle of light draws close, wrapping this little place in a soft, glowing embrace. Every breath is unhurried, in and out. The chest rises and falls with the same easy rhythm as the sea. Nothing to hold, nothing to push away, only this simple, natural movement. The lanterns seem to slow even more. The boat drifts, yet everything feels almost still. It is as if time has softened at the edges, choosing to move more gently here. The world has turned down its volume, leaving just the hush of water and the quiet glow of light. Lantern light reaches up toward the sky. Stars shine back down, answering with their own soft silver. For a moment, it is hard to tell where the golden lantern glow ends and the starlight begins. They meet above the water like old friends, blending together in a peaceful haze. The moon hangs steady and calm, white and kind. Its cool light touches the sea, and the lanterns warm it with their glow. Gold and silver mix along the surface, rippling together in slow waves. Sky and water start to feel like one wide, glowing blanket, stretching in every direction. The little boat floats in the center of it all, held by the sea, touched by lanterns, watched over by stars and moon. Nothing presses in, nothing pulls away. There is only soft support from every side, like being cradled in light and water and night. Breath follows this easy cradle. In, the body fills with the quiet of the night. Out, it releases what is heavy, what is tired, what is done. Each exhale feels a little longer, a little softer, a little more willing to let go. Around the boat, lanterns look as if they are barely moving now. Each one rests on its own small pool of light, almost still, almost floating in the air. Reflections and real lanterns line up together, blurring into one gentle shimmer. It becomes hard to see where a lantern ends and its reflection begins. The same soft blur begins within. Thoughts that were sharp and busy now turn hazy and slow. Ideas loosen, lose their edges, wander off like mist over the sea. Effort slips away, and there is nothing that needs to be followed or figured out. Words drift past like distant lanterns. Some are noticed for a moment, then gently forgotten. Some fade before they fully form, dissolving into the quiet. It is perfectly safe to let them go, to not keep up, to not hold on. The body continues to breathe on its own, steady and kind. The sea continues its slow rise and fall. Lanterns continue to glow, patient and unwavering. Everything important is already being taken care of. Soft golden light gathers closer, wrapping around the boat like a shawl. It reaches gently across shoulders, along the back, around the head. The weight of the day loosens under this warm, steady glow. Muscles soften from the face down through the neck, and deeper, as if the light itself was soothing them. The line where the water meets the night sky begins to disappear. Horizon and sea and sky blend into one soft, dark, glowing space. Lanterns hang between them like small suns suspended in a dream. Up and down, above and below, become less and less important. In this gentle blur, identity softens too. The sense of being separate, hard-edged, busy and defined starts to melt. What remains is a warm awareness floating easily in a sea of light and dark, safe, held, without needing to be anything at all. The boat is here, but it could also be part of the water. The water is here, but it could also be part of the sky. The sky glows with stars that feel very close, almost touching the sea. Everything leans toward everything else, until it all feels like one calm, glowing whole. Inside this whole, there is a deep, quiet ease. No roles to play, no tasks waiting, no plans to remember. Just gentle breathing, gentle rocking, gentle light. Even the idea of inside and outside becomes soft and distant. Thoughts that arise now arrive gently, like soft waves at low tide. They come forward and they slide away, leaving smooth sand behind. Some may not even reach the shore, turning back before they can form. And that is perfectly fine, perfectly natural in this place. The mind is allowed to wander, or to drift off, or to fade into silence. There is no right way to be here. There is only this glow, this quiet, this soothing night. Lanterns keep watch, like small, steady guardians of rest. Their light is never harsh. It is the color of candlelight, of late afternoon sun, of closed eyelids turned toward a gentle brightness. Every flicker is slow, every shimmer unhurried. Their glow says, over and over, it is safe to rest now. Far above, stars seem to slow as well. They no longer feel like distant fires in a far sky. They feel close, kind, like tiny, silent companions in the dark. The moon's path across the night is so steady it feels almost still. Between lanterns and stars, between moon and sea, a quiet golden haze spreads. It softens corners and lines, turning sharpness into softness, turning noise into hush. Within that haze, the body can finally surrender its last bit of holding. The jaw relaxes, the tongue rests lightly, the eyes sink back with ease. Breath may grow shallower or deeper or barely noticed at all. Awareness may float near the edge of sleep or sink beneath it like a stone sinking into warm sand. Either way, the lantern glow remains, gentle and welcoming, whether it is felt clearly or only half remembered. It is always here, surrounding and soothing. Nothing more is asked, nothing more is needed. The night sea carries the boat without effort. The lanterns shine without strain. This soft, golden calm can be stayed in as long as it is needed. The boat will continue to rock softly, guided only by tender waves. The sea air will stay mild and kind on the skin. Light will remain warm and protective, like a blanket drawn up under the chin. If sleep has not yet arrived, it waits just beyond the next gentle breath. There is no need to go and get it. When it is ready, it will slip in quietly, like another lantern joining the circle on the water. It will cover everything in an even deeper, quieter glow. For now, it is enough simply to float here, held by the lantern glow, by the night sea, by the wide, calm sky. Edges soft, thoughts soft, breath soft. Resting in this golden haze, drifting, dimming, fading peacefully into the hush of sleep. The night is very quiet now. The sea has grown slow and calm. The air around you feels soft and cool and still. Everything you need is already here. The water holds the boat in an easy cradle, a gentle rise, a gentle fall, barely moving, just enough to remind your body that it is safe to let go. All around, the lanterns still glow on the water. Their light is softer now, not bright, not sharp, only a warm, breathing shimmer that rests on the quiet sea. Each lantern drifts at its own slow pace, unhurried, unbothered, just floating, the way your thoughts can float. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. Above, the sky stretches wide and dark and patient, a deep velvet of night. The stars are calm, steady points of light. They do not ask anything of you. They simply shine. Here, you are held between water and sky, between the soft whisper of waves below and the deep stillness of night above. You are in the safest kind of in-between, gently cradled by darkness, gently touched by light. Notice how your body feels in this quiet boat, the way your weight settles, the way your muscles have already loosened, the way your breath now moves in slow, easy waves, in and out, like the sea. Each breath travels through you the way the tide travels along the shore, rising without effort, falling without effort. Nothing forced, just a calm rhythm that takes care of itself. If any thought appears, you can imagine placing it in a small lantern. You do not have to look at it closely. You do not have to hold it. Just set it gently on the water. Watch it drift away along the glowing path, farther and farther, until it is only a soft speck of light in the distance. The more the lanterns drift outward, the quieter the sea around you becomes. Their glow marks a path across the night water, but you do not need to follow it. You are already where you need to be, here in the lull of the boat, here in the hush of the dark. The night wraps around you like a soft blanket, cool where you want calm, warm where you want comfort, the kind of darkness that feels kind and gentle, the kind that protects you instead of hiding you. The boat barely moves, only the smallest sway, a slow rocking that seems to match your heartbeat, as if the sea itself is breathing with you. Quiet, unhurried, content. You might sense the faintest sound of water brushing against wood, a soft tap, a tiny ripple, the smallest reminder that you are floating, not falling, supported from below by the vast, calm sea. Above, the sky watches over everything. The stars are like distant lanterns, resting high and still. They glow, but do not disturb the darkness. They simply add a gentle shimmer to the quiet. Here, You do not have to stay awake. You do not have to listen closely. You do not have to remember anything at all. This is a place where even your thoughts can lie down and rest. If you notice your mind returning to the day, let it be like a wave that rises and then smooths itself out again. No need to push it away. No need to pull it closer. Just letting it move past until the surface becomes calm once more. Your breath continues to soften. Your body grows heavier, as if it is sinking into the safest, softest bed. Every part of you knows how to relax, even if you are not trying. Your shoulders loosen. Your hands grow still. Your face smooths and slackens. Everything unwinding, piece by gentle piece. In this quiet, you may feel as though time has slowed down. Minutes stretch like the space between distant waves. Nothing rushes. Nothing hurries past. You have all the time you need to drift, to rest, to sleep. Remember that this sea is always here for you. This lantern-lit water, this calm boat, this safe enfolding night. Any time you wish, you can return in your mind to this place, to this feeling of being gently carried, gently supported, gently held. You might picture the way the lanterns rock softly on the surface, their warm circles of light resting on the dark water. You might feel the boat beneath you, steady and sure. You might sense the sky above, deep and endless and kind. Nothing demands your attention here. Nothing pulls at you. You are allowed to let everything drop away. The tasks, the noise, the thinking, all of it setting down like a bag slipping from tired hands. If you notice a small bit of tension, you can imagine the sea breathing it away. Each exhale carries it out across the water. Each inhale brings back more ease, more softness, until your body feels like it belongs to the ocean's calm rhythm. Soon, even the lanterns seem to dim a little. Their light turns to a quiet glow, not gone, just softer, gentler, like the last thoughts that drift through the mind before it slips into sleep. In this space, it is safe to let your awareness grow fuzzy around the edges, to let the words blur, to let your thoughts wander and then fade. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to guide anything. You are simply here, floating. The boat holds you. The water holds the boat. The night holds the water. Layer upon layer of safety and stillness, all around you, beneath you, above you. If sleep has not already come, you are hovering close to it now, right at the gentle threshold, where you do not have to choose. You can stay with the sound of the words, or you can drift ahead into your own quiet dreams. Either way, the sea remains calm. The lanterns remain near. The night remains soft and watchful. You are never far from this ease, never far from this quiet. The water continues its slow, peaceful motion. The stars keep their silent company. The boat rests, anchored not by rope, but by calm. Everything around you agrees to be still. Breath by breath, You are carried deeper into rest, held by darkness, touched by gentle light, floating on the quiet sea, with nothing to do now, nowhere to go, only this calm, only this softness, only this easy drifting into silence and sleep.